Jared can.
Yeah.
Jared's here to
He
tell
might
us how
know
it's going to
something about
happen.
it.
Coach,
How's it going, guys?
welcome back, buddy.
It's been a while.
Yeah. We were just talking about lines. Have you scratched out? I mean, obviously, you got to go through training camp and preseason, but have you started scratching that stuff out? Have you taken a look at it?
Oh, yeah. We've been bouncing ideas off each other for quite some time now.
Yeah.
And so we have a few options. I think there's some spots up for grabs in our top 9 especially, and we have some guys that we think would be good fits, and we'll move them around and use them together a little bit in exhibition games. We've drawn up some tentative exhibition rosters, and obviously our veterans don't play every game, but we're going to try and put a couple of our lines together through exhibition and give some guys some opportunity to play with one another and see what the chemistry's like.
I was just saying, to me, it's fair to say you don't want to go back to a couple of years ago when you're so top heavy. You need other lines to chime in, and now, of course, your second and third left wingers left the team, and you got to find an opportunity for guys to get in there. And you have some guys who have talent, have ability. But is that a priority now in camp? I mean, it would be okay. Let's find those wingers and let's see how everybody slots in.
Yeah, for sure, and not only wingers, but we have a bunch of guys that can play center and wing. I think we have some guys that I believe are ready to have breakout seasons. I think a guy like Tyson Jost for me, who has kind of molded and reshaped his role on our team over the years, and last year really stepped into an important checking role, penalty kill role, and you saw his offense come in the right situations a little bit. And I think, having done that for a year and feeling comfortable in his role, that he's ready to expand a little bit, and I think he can help us a little bit more offensively. JT Confer is another guy coming off a little bit of a down year for his standards and our standards for him. That I think that, whether it's center or wing, together or apart, there's a couple guys there. And with some of the opportunities as well that Val Nichushkin has gotten and earned over the last couple of years, that a little bit more production out of those guys will really help. And then you also have some young guys, again, with New Hook and Rant and some of those guys that have offensive ability. They've shown it at other levels in the past, and getting the right opportunity with our team, and we're playing with the right guys in the right situations. I think that they'll be able to chip in and make up some of that difference of losing some guys like Sod and Donskoy, who were really good for us and scored at a pretty good clip for us last year.
Yeah, take me through the process of negotiating with Grubauer and then landing on Darcy Kemper. What went into that entire sort of deal?
Yeah, so I'm not really involved in that. We talked at the end of the year. We knew that Gruby's contract was up, and I'm not sure of all the ins and outs of that contract. That's more of a Joe question and a Chris question. But it didn't seem like they could come together on the contract terms, whether it was money or term. And he got a really good offer. I'm happy for Gruby. I mean, he came in here, did a great job for us for a few years, and he got a great contract up in Seattle. And it's a good opportunity for him to go in and be the number one there and earn that position. And so that leaves us without a number one starting goalie. And Kemper is a guy that we've been keeping an eye on over the last few years. Has played really good on realistically a below average team at some points, and his numbers are good. He's a competitor. He's real big. Those big goalies are nice when they're tough to beat. You gotta beat them. They're not going to give you anything because of their size and positioning. And he's a competitive guy that's gradually gotten better over the course of his career. He's an experienced guy, so we're really excited to see what he can do with our team.
What can you tell us, Coach, about the health and status of Frankie?
Yeah, he's healthy. Yeah,
okay.
So he's
we got one. Yes.
Yeah. So and I'll say this: our goalie depth here now is the deepest it's been since I've been a part of the organization. With Frankie, Johansson, we get Annunen coming in. Trent Miners played really well for us in in the rookie tournament. He played well for the Eagles last year before he went back to junior. There's lots of depth there. Miska's still part of the organization. And you start looking at the depth of that position for us, it's an area where we've really grown. But having Frankie back and feeling right and having his health in the right condition, and after the surgeries and all the work he's put in, he's excited to get going. Well, we'll give him a good look here in exhibition and get him some games and try to get him up to speed as early as possible. The only thing he's missing really now is game experience. He's been out for quite some time, but he's been on the ice the whole entire summer getting ready.
Get that timing back and all that, I guess. Yeah. Before I let you go, and I guess everybody's starting to round up here, we talk about injuries. Eric Johnson, I think people think about all the young guys in the blue line and Taves coming in and all this kind of stuff, but if you get a healthy EJ back there, I mean, a horse, right? And when EJ's healthy, he's an absolute horse. He's had some bad luck. Where's the status there, and what do you think?
Yeah, he's healthy and ready to go, too. A lot like Frankie, right?
Yeah.
So he's missed a full year of hockey now. He's really a key addition to our team now.
I don't think people even understand. People don't even think about that, right?
Yeah, he's been. I think he got hurt in game 5 or 6 for us last year and missed the whole rest of the season. So that was a big subtraction from our team last year, and he'll be a huge addition this year. I mean, the key for EJ is just staying healthy and playing competitive, and he's a guy that plays in our top 4. He's been a great partner with Gerard. We have some other options as well, and we'll just watch these guys play. But getting a big, strong right-handed shot D-man back with that type of attitude and competitiveness, and a guy that really wants to win here is going to be real important for us.
Last one for me. Are you still ticked at the way it ended last year, or is it important to carry that to this season, or just erase it all? How do you?
Well, I'm ticked. Yeah, I think for the first time, I hate losing this to start out with, but I think if I, do a deep dive and reflect on the season and the last few seasons, I can go back to the great season we had and a push at the end where we beat Calgary and lost to San Jose. We're probably not a true contender at that point, but the last 2 years I felt like we were. Going into the bubble, we were playing some great hockey. It wasn't ideal circumstances, pausing at the end of the year and then coming back straight for playoffs. I thought we were in a real good spot and playing some great hockey before that break. And when we came back, we just couldn't stay healthy. So you lose both goalies, you lose Landy, you lose EG, you lose all these guys, and it's it almost becomes just a tougher hill to climb, and we lose out to Dallas with lots of playoffs still to go, and so that was disappointing for me. But last year, there is no excuses. We were healthy, we were playing, and we ran into a real good team. It's unfortunate, I think, that we ran into Vegas in the second round, but we just didn't perform the way we needed to for that week. And there was some ups and downs in there, and it felt to me a little bit like when our team got Gruby was really good, our team wasn't, and then when our team kind of got better, then our goaltending wasn't quite as good as we just couldn't put the whole package together. So it was disappointing for sure, and I carry that, and I think our guys will too.
It's Jared Bednar.
I love hearing that, by the way.
Yeah. No,
it's okay to be mad.
You started a dagger
I'm
for
always
him when
mad.
you said, no, I'm ticked. I saw
I love
it.
it.
Yeah, he loves it.
You got to be. It calls for it at times, and carry that over with your team too.
Yeah, you got to use those failures. You can look at them two ways. They can crush you, or you can use them as motivation, and that's the way I choose to look at it. I use it as motivation. I think our team will as well after we discuss it, and I've even talked to some guys over the summertime. It hasn't sat well with them, which is good. And I mean, be fair, there's going to be 30 teams that are going to use their failures as motivation. There's only one team that won, and it happens to be Tampa again, and it was well-deserved. So it's going to be a competitive league. There's a lot of teams around us that have gotten better. I believe that we're in a real good spot here again, and it's going to be a lot of fun playing other teams again instead of just a small group and playing throughout the league. So it's going to be an exciting year.
The only sport where anger doesn't help is the sport you're about to play today. Golf.
I can't control that either. I bring the anger out there.
It doesn't help.
Mother.
Well, Coach, you're the best. Thank you for stopping by. We'll let you get out there and get ready for this thing to get rolling, but I appreciate it.
Thanks,
Great
guys.
to see you,
Great
Coach.
Catching up. See you this week. See you soon.
See you this week. You bet.
All right, there you go. Head coach of the Avs, Jared Bednar, joining us here.